Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how misplaced items can cost us time and money. Let's get started. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. I sure wasn't, but did you know the average person takes 2.5 days a year to look for misplaced items? That's time we can't get back. So let me tell you 5 of the most misplaced items. Number 1, keys. Number 2, cell phone. Number 3, a wallet, credit card, debit card, checkbook. Number 4, important paperwork such as a birth certificate. Number 5, glasses. So these are just to name a few. Why do we lose these items, or why are we misplacing them? Let me tell you what I wrote down as the 4 reasons why. Number 1, we're in a rush. We're rushing around and we're frantic and we're kind of maybe sometimes in a crisis type mode where we're moving and grooving to each and every task and we're not taking time. So being in a rush, we lay things down and then we forget. Number 2, we think we're going to get to it later. This is especially true with paperwork. You get something in the mail that might be important. You put it and you end up with piles and piles of paperwork. So there might be some important documents that are in there and you think you're going to get to it and file them later, but you don't. Number 3, this is the biggest reason, and I know that this can happen to any of us. Multitasking. We've spoken about this a lot on this channel. Some things you can multitask with, some things you can't. If, for example, you need to file away special paperwork, that may not be something that you want to do while you're talking to a friend. You may want to make sure that you're conscious and present in the moment when you're filing some important paperwork away and have it titled so you know where it is. We have a file cabinet, and right now I could tell you right where our life insurance is. Everything is labeled. That way I know. Number 4, you don't have a designated home for it. That also happens. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I do have to say this. I occasionally will misplace something a little bit far away from me, but I really rarely misplace items because I do have designated homes for things. So that does help. Now, how can we minimize the risk of misplacing items? Number 1, plan ahead. And I'm going to give you a quick example of each. For example, if I was going to go with a friend somewhere and I needed certain things to take with me, I would get all of that stuff ready ahead and have it placed over on the couch so I know where it is and it's ready to go. So I plan ahead of time before I go shopping or go on an activity. Number 2, get ready early. And I can definitely work on this one. A lot of times we're rushing. We're running late. When we're running late is when something gets misplaced. You set your keys down on the couch or like on the corner of the couch, and the couch eats the keys and you're freaking out because you can't find them, and then you find them. And I do sometimes misplace things, guys. I'm not perfect, but I don't very often. But getting ready early and not rushing around and running late does minimize the risk. Number 3, on some of these items have more than one copy. As a matter of fact, this week I spoke to a friend of mine who was in a rush, and she was rushing out the door and she forgot her set of keys. She knows, however, that she always brings her purse with her, and she has a separate set of keys in her purse in a special bag. And she actually gave me the idea for doing this video. So thank you, Judith, if you're watching. So that is one thing that you can do, is have extra sets of things, maybe not a cell phone, but an extra set of glasses, things like that. Also, number 4, have a designated home for items, or maybe 2 choices for where you put something. That way you always know where it is. Number 5, and this is an additional thing that I wrote down, make sure that the other family members know where certain items are, whether it's keys, cell phone where you keep items, so that way the family can work together to keep things from being misplaced. And you can also keep a list on your refrigerator and keep things down like keys and where those items are, or extra set of keys, and keep that written down in a place where the family can see it. This way you can go look at the list if for some reason you forgot, or it's maybe a new place. But I think having a designated home really does help. I know that people that I have met in the past or even in the future sometimes misplace their keys or a library book or their cell phone, their bank card, and it can end up costing you more time and money. So let's maybe take some of these tips and some of your fabulous tips and see if we can minimize the risk of misplacing items. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have any additional advice on this issue? How can we keep from misplacing items in our busy life? This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.